Bixby's recovered a fumble at the 45. Play action fake, guns one. It is caught. Touchdown, Spartans. The middle, he's got a hit of steam. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bixby. Rolls to his right to pressure as he throws. It's picked off. Interception. It's over. Bixby is the state champion in 6A Division II in Oklahoma.
Welcome into the Green Country Mitsubishi Bixby Spartan Coaches Show. And Lauren Montgomery joining us. A big week as the Spartans dig into district play. You take out Sapulpa and now set up for a game against Ponca City. Had a few surprises in this Sapulpa game. We'll first talk about preparation for the Chieftains. You had talked about defensively, you felt like they might have a little bit more to offer.
Yeah, certainly. You know, Coach Borgstadt, their new head coach, was defense coordinator at Sand Springs last year. And he's just doing a tremendous job with their scheme and has guys lined up and playing hard. And we knew they'd challenge us schematically just a little bit going into this game, so we had to have a good week of preparation. All
right, well, the Spartans obviously prepared, and you'll see in the highlights coming up as they hang 60-plus on the Chieftains. Preparation-wise, let's talk about our practice players of the week, which is sponsored by Communication Federal Credit Union.
Yeah, two good guys. You know, we knew going into the week that Sapulpa had a very mobile quarterback, and we had to prepare for that. And our sophomore quarterback, Tyler Harlan, did a tremendous job of that, moving the pocket around, working his tail off to give our defense a great look, as well as receiver Sam Sherman. He's a junior wide receiver that just continues to make strides. In fact, had a tremendous catch in the second half, and we anticipate Sam being a great football player for us down the road, and just offers a ton in size and speed and athleticism. So getting it done both at practice and on Friday night in the games.
All right, I'd like to highlight those practice players of the week coming up. Get into some game highlights as it's the Bixby Spartans and the Sapulpa Chieftains, all coming up next.
The Bixby Football Coaches Show is brought to you by Green Country Mitsubishi. We dare you to compare. Communication Federal Credit Union. Connection with you. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love for the game. Chick-fil-A. Eat more chicken. Midwest Sporting Goods. Put some Midwest best on you. Jim Norton Toyota. Come experience the Jim Norton way. Car Country by Nelson, where you'll be treated like a superstar. Matthews Ford. Go further with Matthews Ford. Hot Coffee Design. Find us at hotcoffeedesign.com. Roofscapes Exteriors, a roofing company you can trust. And by TTCU, the credit union.
Customers know where they can find the best selection and the best price. At Matthews Ford, you won't be hassled on the lot, and we treat our customers with respect. Matthews Ford gives you a direct price that you want for both new and used vehicles. Come see us at Matthews Ford off Elm and the BA Expressway.
Want to know how to get the highest car payment possible? By taking whatever loan rate you're offered and doing zero research. My advice, shop for a loan that's right for you. I'd start at Communication Federal Credit Union. We've very competitive rates, and right now, you'll roll off the lot with no payment for the first 3 months. Come to us first. Communication Federal Credit Union, connecting with you.
We're obsessed with perfection and here for you every day. Standing up for Toyota quality, that's the Jim Norton way. And Green Country, you're our family, and our hearts will stand and say, we're overflowing with pride in Oklahoma. That's the Jim Norton way.
As football fans, Raising Cane's believes in rushing quarterbacks, but not our hot, fresh 24-hour marinated chicken. We believe in running out the clock, but never out of our refreshing sweet tea and lemonade. And we believe in supporting our teams with the same passion we have for serving our customers. Because when it comes to football season, we go all out.
Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers.
Welcome back to the Green Country Mitsubishi Bixby Coaches Show. And, of course, this week we're talking about the Sapulpa Chieftains. We'll get into the highlights here in a second. We had some, well, I'd say surprises, but you had told us you were going to bring in, you had some freshmen. Obviously, you've had Roller playing, and now you bring in the Presley kid. You'd mentioned you're going to get him involved, and well, he kind of got involved. We'll see that here in a second.
Yeah, certainly. Brennan Presley, young freshman, was kind of the story the other night, caught everybody off guard just a little bit. Has been with our freshman squad now a little over a month, moved in right after school had started. Of course, a lot of people know about him. He was a successful player in youth coming up and all those things. But he's gotten some reps with our freshman team on Tuesday nights the last couple of weeks and has really showed out. And so we wanted to try to get him a little package, maybe some kickoff returns and some bubble screens and things like that to get him kind of immersed in our offense and see if he could help us out and give us a little bit of relief with maybe some of our guys that are playing two ways. And boy, did he end up looking good. And we'll go ahead and take a look at the highlights, and it'll be a Brennan Presley highlight right from the opening kickoff. Mark, we elect to receive, and they kick it to Brennan right here. And first off, we do a great job of wedge protection here, and he kind of gets in, and he's kind of one of those guys that has a burst, so it looks like he's barely running, but is outrunning everybody out there on the field. So does a good job. Sets the tone. Anytime you return an opening kickoff, that's the second time that's happened this year with our kickoff return team. Hats off to Coach Bohannon. It sets the tone. You see our defense out here. You got Ethan Hall, Colin Farley, all those guys, Cody Adams, really producing up front, and it's fun to see those guys doing so well. Come out right here, we throw a bubble screen to Clayton Barber, young sophomore, and Clayton's just doing a great job on both sides of the ball with his feet and on special teams. And then we come back and we throw the bubble screen out here to Drake Allen with soft coverage. And then Brennan's second touch, young freshman right here, and you'll see he does a good job just outrunning everybody on Sapulpa's team, getting into the end zone there. We come back out on defense. Ryan Matthews had several big hits on the bubble screens. Just proud of Ryan, the way he came back this week and had an excellent game. And you'll see Cody Adams, you'll see Zeke Upshaw and a lot of guys on that defensive line getting great pursuit. Nick Swanson had another 100-yard receiving night from his wide receiver position. We come back and throw the bubble screen to Clayton Barber. You'll notice Drake Allen on the pancake block out gooning his way out on the perimeter. Just such a big deal for us. We come back to Nick Swanson out here, and then Tucker Pauley finally punches it in right here on the power play. Doing a good job from the tailback position. Tucker had a 130-yard rushing night. Tucker just continues to get better. Right here, Brendan Evers on great pursuit. Ryan Matthews out on the bubble screen, doing a great job of tackling in space. It's so important for us. Right here, Tanner makes a great play with his feet to avoid a little bit of pressure and spits the ball out wide. And then Tucker right here on the stretch play bounces it a hole wide and shows off his great speed and gets us down into the red zone. And then comes back and finishes the drive on the stretch play, makes the unblocked linebacker miss and punches it into the end zone. So coming back right here, Tucker on another little power play coming out of our end zone. It's been a really good play for us. It's just the old school block down, kick out power play, and we run a little play action right here and complete a ball out to Nick Swanson. Nick doing a great job, and then young freshman Brennan Presley right here doing a good job with his feet, making some guys miss out in space. Pretty slick little skill guy right there, and Brennan's only 14 years old, has a long way to go, and the sky's the limit for him. You'll notice Clayton Barber right there making a great open field tackle, and we come back right out here to Brennan in space. He's doing a good job with his feet, making some guys miss. Tanner drops back right here, hits Tucker Pauley. Tucker does a good job picking up some positive yards down the sideline. Then we come back right here and end up punching the thing in, and you'll notice Brendan Evers and Cody Adams just dominating the line of scrimmage up front. Great open field tackle right there by Kobe Tillman. Getting great pressure right there. I believe that was Kobe in on the sack. Running the stretch play right here is young Braden Roller. I believe that's Braden. Doing a good job getting in behind Bryce Bray and those big eaters up front on that left side. Bryce Bray, Josh Neerman. Come back right here and we throw the comeback there to Nick Swanson, and then Tucker Pauley out over the left edge, getting great blocking all the way down the field. And so good to see wide receivers to get out in space and block. So that's exciting right there. Running a little play action right here. We end up hitting Nick Swanson here. He gets into the end zone for, I believe, his second touchdown of the evening. Coming back here on kickoff return, they kick it to Brendan Presley, the freshman once again. Brendan does a good job of sticking the football up inside the wedge and then showing you what he can do with his feet. Just so elusive right there in space, doing a good job with a big return, a 75-yard return. Coming back right here, Braden Roller doing a good job on the stretch play, and then Tanner Griffin ends up punching it in on the quarterback sneak. Doing a good job blocking up front. And then right here, you'll notice Cody Adams, you'll notice Brendan Evers, you'll notice Kobe Tillman, Ethan Hall. A lot of guys on pursuit right there, and that takes us into halftime with a 56-10 lead, Mark.
All right, so you're taking care of the Chieftains. We've got a second half to go. We'll have that when we come back.
Green Country Mitsubishi Buy One Drive One sale going on now. Buy a new Outlander and drive a new Mirage for free for 24 months. Only at Green Country Mitsubishi. 2017 7-passenger Outlander, sporty with advanced safety features, only $367 a month. For 2 cars with 0 down. Plus the Rockstar 10-year 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Buy a new Outlander and drive a new Mirage for free for 24 months. Green Country Mitsubishi in Bixby. Online at gcmitsubishi.com.
As football fans, Raising Cane's believes in rushing quarterbacks, but not our hot, fresh 24-hour marinated chicken. We believe in running out the clock, but never out of our refreshing sweet tea and lemonade. And we believe in supporting our teams with the same passion we have for serving our customers. Because when it comes to football season, we go all out.
Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers.
Customers know where they can find the best selection and the best price. At Matthews Ford, you won't be hassled on the lot, and we treat our customers with respect. Matthews Ford gives you a direct price that you want for both new and used vehicles. Come see us at Matthews Ford off Elm and the BA Expressway.
Want to know how to get the highest car payment possible? By taking whatever loan rate you're offered and doing zero research. My advice, shop for a loan that's right for you. I'd start at Communication Federal Credit Union. We've very competitive rates, and right now, you'll roll off the lot with no payment for the first 3 months. Come to us first. Communication Federal Credit Union, connecting with you.
All right, Spartans already up big at half, 56 in that first half. Seen some impactful freshmen, and in particular, obviously, Brendan Presley, in his first game action. It's interesting when you see, freshmen involved in varsity competition.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they're a little bit older. Sometimes, in Brendan's case, hey, he is a real ninth grader out there.
Right.
Talk about that development that it takes to be out there.
Well, first off, every kid's just a little bit different, on their athletic ability, on their maturity level, and things like that. Typically, the freshmen that will help us out are a little bit older for their grade. In this case, not the case. And typically, they're kids that have been involved in our program for quite some time, that have been lifting weights with us, that understand the terminology, the expectations. So there's not that big of a jump. They're familiar with the terminology, familiar with what we do in the weight room, things like that. And so they have a pretty good base. But anytime we have a freshman that we want to pull up, first thing I do is I pick up the phone and I call their parents. And obviously I want their parents' blessing, because there's a big difference between a 14-year-old and an 18 or 19-year-old. There just really is. And so gotta make sure we have the parental blessing. And then we always try to slow release those guys. We don't want too high of expectations. We don't want to confuse them necessarily on both sides of the ball. And so each guy progresses. I mean, a couple notable guys that I can think of on our team right now: Tanner Griffin, we had up as a freshman and played a little bit. Kobe Tillman, last year Nick Roller was one of those guys. So all guys that show us something early that they might be a special player, and as it turns out, most of those guys have been. All
right, so we've already seen an impact in this game. Second half, I know we'll take a look at the highlights. You're just trying to get things just played out, right?
Yeah, certainly. We pull a lot of our guys at halftime. We're at that point in the season where health is a big concern, and they come out right here and they throw an interception. Colton Tafoya, glad to see Colton making a great play on the ball. Colton doing a good job growing up. Had a great week of practice, was anxious to get back out here. And Braden Roller, one of those freshmen, pounding the rock up inside, and then we drop back and throw the ball right here to Brendan Presley, and then he puts the ball on the ground, and I think that's a great learning experience. I'm glad he got that opportunity right there to carry the ball in traffic, and that's a mistake I'm sure he won't make again. Coming back out on defense right here, you'll notice Ethan Hall, Colin Farley in on that tackle. Got Brooks Hasselman, Zeke Upshaw, some guys up front, some younger guys up front, and then Braden Roller coming back doing such a great job. He's such an explosive kid, such an explosive runner. Makes one cut right there on the zone play, and very, very frustrated we couldn't get him into the end zone right here. Staten ends up trusting his read right there and pulling it down on the zone read, and Staten getting a touchdown right there. Staten doing a good job from wide receiver to safety to quarterback, just such a versatile player for us. You'll see Staten drop back right here, and we throw a fade ball. Sam Sherman, our practice player of the week right here, makes a tremendous grab. We're hoping that's going to be a springboard play for Sam to help him grow up and continue to immerse in what we're doing, and that's going to take us to our final score, 62-17. A fun night, got a lot of guys, a lot of good reps, and a lot of young guys meaningful snaps against a good varsity ball club.
All right, let's take a look at the numbers from the game against the Sapulpa Chieftains.
Yeah, certainly. Obviously, a 62-17, a big win. 28 first downs to Sapulpa's 11, 646 yards of total offense. Just a big night on the offensive side of the ball, only allowing 193. 336 yards passing. Sapulpa ends up with 178 passing, some of it late there. Big stat, 310 yards rushing for us to their 15. And as our defense continues to crank it up and get better towards the end of the year, those rushing numbers of our opponents always have a tendency to go down. Penalties, we had 8 for 85 yards, and the majority of our penalties were good hustled penalties. I only have 1 or 2 that we're going to work on correcting. Sapulpa had 3 penalties for 15 yards, and we were even in the turnover battle 1-1. Leading and passing, Tanner Griffin had a great night, 17 of 21 for 282 yards and 3 touchdowns. Staten King, 2 completions for 54 yards. Rushing, Tucker Pauley leading all rushers, 11 carries, 131 yards, 3 touchdowns. Braden Roller, a 100-yard night and 17 carries. Eric Johnson, 2 carries for 16 yards. Receiving, leading receiving on the evening, Brennan Presley, 5 receptions for 120 and 1 touchdown. Nick Swanson, another 100-yard night, 7 receptions for 105 and 2 touchdowns. Clayton Barber, 2 big receptions for 45 yards on the bubble screens. Tackles, leading tackler from the safety position, Ryan Matthews had 9 tackles with a tackle for loss. Kobe Tillman always up there, 8 tackles with 2 sacks. Cade Cannon, 8 tackles with 1 tackle for loss. Ethan Hall, 8 tackles, and then Colin Farley, 7 tackles and 1.5 sacks. So good night statistically. Got a lot of guys, a lot of good reps and experience. So just a fun night overall.
Well, in district win, now you move on. Going on the road against a Ponca City team, a difficult place to play, interesting place in Sullivan Stadium there in Ponca City.
Yeah, it's a classic stadium. I remember playing in that stadium when I was in high school. It's an old WPA stadium. A lot of character, you know. The unique thing about the WPA stadiums is I think they're going to be around a lot longer than you and I, Mark. I mean, just the workmanship, the craftsmanship that goes into it, and so there's a lot of history there in stadiums like that. But yeah, we have to go on the road and travel up there. So gonna have to have a great week of preparation and be ready to go up and take on the Wildcats.
Well, we kind of see how things are shaping up. I don't want to get too far down the road, but things are kind of really clear to me in 6A2, and I think to a lot of people. So there's challenges ahead, but these are games that you can't take lightly for a minute. No, without a doubt. You know, our biggest thing is we have, obviously, just sitting here with a 500 record, 3-3, we have got to make strides and get better each week, and we've got to take the next step, and the next step for us are the Ponca City Wildcats this week. All right, so big games coming up. This obviously important to take care of business on the road. Now coming up here on the Spartan Coaches Show, it'll be our Player of the Week, our Raising Cane's Player of the Week. That's coming up next.
Want to know how to get the highest car payment possible? By taking whatever loan rate you're offered and doing zero research. My advice, shop for a loan that's right for you. I'd start at Communication Federal Credit Union. We've very competitive rates, and right now, you'll roll off the lot with no payment for the first 3 months. Come to us first. Communication Federal Credit Union, connecting with you.
Thousands of Oklahomans have relied on a roofing company who has built its reputation on trust. Roofscapes Exteriors knows that a roof isn't just a roof, and a customer isn't just a customer.
We loved dealing with the same point of contact from start to finish. The whole experience was just perfect.
A roof not only insulates and protects your home and family, It's nearly half of the visible appearance of your home. Contact Roofscapes Exteriors today, 918-364-ROOF.
Green Country Mitsubishi Buy One Drive One sale going on now. Buy a new Outlander and drive a new Mirage for free for 24 months. Only at Green Country Mitsubishi. 2017 7-passenger Outlander, sporty with advanced safety features, only $367 a month. For 2 cars with 0 down. Plus the Rockstar 10-year 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Buy a new Outlander and drive a new Mirage for free for 24 months. Green Country Mitsubishi in Bixby. Online at gcmitsubishi.com.
Welcome back, and it's time for our Raising Cane's Player of the Week. And we've got a guy that I'm sure could eat some Raising Cane's as junior tackle Bryce Bray joins us. Bryce, good to have you along here on the show.
Good to be here.
Well, let's talk about just this season so far. Obviously, you guys are doing well and as you get into district play. You personally, though, how do you feel like you're playing right now?
I feel like I'm playing pretty good. Obviously, I can make improvements every single week, take steps every single week. But I feel like overall the season's been just a well-developed season.
How long have you played left tackle?
Left tackle, I played it, I'm just now restarting left tackle again this year, but I've played right, left, just anywhere growing up since I was a little kid in INFC.
All right, well, and we'll talk about that here in a moment, exactly when you got started, took an interest in football. How do you think you've improved?
I think I've done pretty well from last year to this year. I've taken some pretty big strides in my game and just been trying to just get nasty, as all the coaches have been wanting in college and stuff. Just be nasty, that's what I'm working on.
Getting a little meaner?
Yep.
Okay. All right, let's take you back to INFC when you first started playing football. We'll have our youth team of the week coming up here. What got you interested in football? Was it just you were a pretty good sized kid, or did you just like the sport? What was it that got you out there?
I just like the sport. My dad played at OU, and I just decided let's see how it goes, and obviously I turned out pretty decent at it.
Yeah.
And just fell in love with it and kept going.
All right, well, with your dad playing at OU, we won't bring up Oklahoma State, OU, where you're going to go yet, but you are obviously looking at playing it down the road.
Yes.
Is some of your hopes and dreams, you have any idea what you might want to do football-wise going on?
Just
wherever
just wherever
somebody takes you.
Yep, anywhere, anything.
Okay. Outside of football, what do you like to do, and what are your interests?
Outside of football, if it didn't work out, I'd love to become a football coach and help teach kids and stuff. That'd be one of my goals I'd want to do.
Okay, just like Coach Montgomery?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hey, man, it's good to have you along, and look forward to watching the rest of the year. Bryce Bray, junior tackle. That is our Raising Cane's Player of the Week. Now, coming up, we'll talk about the little guys, and it'll be our Midwest Sporting Goods Youth Team of the Week coming up.
As football fans, Raising Cane's believes in rushing quarterbacks. But not our hot, fresh 24-hour marinated chicken. We believe in running out the clock, but never out of our refreshing sweet tea and lemonade. And we believe in supporting our teams with the same passion we have for serving our customers. Because when it comes to football season, we go all out.
Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers.
I met James through church.
And now we're actually neighbors. Brendan was always saying that TTCU was different, so I researched it and then we opened an account.
Right now, you can get $100 opening a new checking account, online or in person.
Sometimes when the big banks offer an incentive, it's because the customer service isn't so good. But TTCU is local, you get great service, and they're making an impact on the community. They're just easier to work with, not-for-profit, member-owned TTCU.
Thousands of Oklahomans have relied on a roofing company who has built its reputation on trust. Roofscapes Exteriors knows that a roof isn't just a roof, and a customer isn't just a customer.
We loved dealing with the same point of contact from start to finish. The whole experience was just perfect.
A roof not only insulates and protects your home and family, it's nearly half of the visible appearance of your home. Contact Roofscapes Exteriors today, 918-364-ROOF.
It's time for our Midwest Sporting Goods Youth Team of the Week, and this week it is Bixby Red 7th grade, and the head coach Steve Graham joins us here. Steve, good to have you along.
Thanks for having me.
Well, let's talk about your season overall so far. A lot of success as expected.
Hey, their expectations have always been high, but this year's been kind of special for us because we've again got put in a very tough division and have had success. We've added a couple new coaches that have really helped us step our game up one more level.
Yeah, and in particular on the line, you guys are winning that line of scrimmage now.
We are definitely winning the line of scrimmage this year.
Let's talk about this big win you just had. Broken Arrow Platinum.
Yes.
An undefeated team, and
Correct.
you guys take them out 22-8. I believe it was the final score.
That is correct. That is correct. Yeah, it was a tough game. I mean, they're a well-coached team. They're very, very quick about making adjustments on the fly. They were catching us on running on one side. They made adjustments, and this year we have added the pass to our game, so we kind of took advantage of that and scored off. I think we had 2 passes for touchdowns. So, but enjoyed it. That's kind of games that I mean, it's stressful, at the time, but afterwards you sit there and you watch the film, and man, that was a really, really good game. Well played by all of our players.
Well, we know how successful really the whole INFC is at Bixby. Every grade has teams competing at the highest level. Now, your group in 7th grade, not just your team, you got a lot of kids out. 3 different teams.
Yes, we do. We have 3 different teams on 7th grade, each of them with about 22, 23 players on them. So, 8th grade coach is going to be very happy with what he's going to get next year.
Yeah. And you guys have been involved, obviously, in football all the way through with Dusty, and it's kind of a family affair with you guys.
Yeah. We've I've been coaching since 1st grade with this team, and Dusty's part of our BYFA board, so she's deeply involved with a lot of the organization and stuff, getting things ready at the stadium, for both the Mighty Mike teams and then the 3rd to 7th grade teams.
Now, one of the things I always bring up usually with the coaches and ask you guys about, especially when you get into 6th and 7th, the involvement from the top, high school on down.
Yes.
How has that benefited you guys?
Oh, it's been a great deal. We last week we were playing our first spread offense and asked Coach Montgomery for some help from our D-backs coach. Coach Creekmore came out and came to our practice and worked with our D-backs, and taught him some things that I was never a D-backs guy, so it taught us a lot of things that we weren't teaching them, and it proved to be successful. We shut them out.
Well, listen, I know you've had a great season so far, undefeated in your district play, and look forward to great things on down the road and into the playoffs.
All right, thanks.
Thanks for being here, Steve.
Appreciate it.
All right, that's going to do it. That's the Midwest Sporting Goods Youth Team of the Week, and that does it for the Bixby Spartan Coaches Show, sponsored by Green Country Mitsubishi. Now, this week, Spartans on the road at venerable Sullen Stadium in Ponca City. Kickoff at 7 o'clock. We'll see you next week, everybody.
The Bixby Football Coaches Show is brought to you by Green Country Mitsubishi. We dare you to compare. Communication Federal Credit Union. Connection with you. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love for the game. Chick-fil-A. Eat more chicken. Midwest Sporting Goods. Put some Midwest best on you. Jim Norton Toyota. Come experience the Jim Norton way. Car Country by Nelson, where you'll be treated like a superstar. Matthews Ford. Go further with Matthews Ford. Hot Coffee Design. Find us at hotcoffeedesign.com. Roofscapes Exteriors, a roofing company you can trust. And by TTCU, the credit union.